Well, good morning. Thanks so much for watching Up with Krem. I'm Tim Phan.
And I'm Channing Curtis. Now, we are tracking some breaking news this morning. A person is dead after a possible drive-by shooting on Spokane South Hill. Now, we know that this happened near the intersection of 7th Avenue and Jefferson Street.
Krem 2's Nicole Hernandez has been gathering information. Nicole, what have you learned?
Good morning, Tim. Channing. So right now I am at 7th and Jefferson. And this all started at 5:30 this morning when police got a 911 call saying someone had been shot here in this area. When they arrived here on scene, they found one person in an apartment shot. Unfortunately, he did die here on the scene. But take a look. Hours later, we still have several police cars here on scene. Several tape, blocking off this street here. 7th for about a block down here at Jefferson is completely blocked off, completely closed as police do this investigation here. Now, we really don't know much at this point, and neither do police. They do not know who the shooter is. They don't have a description for a suspect at this point. Major Crimes is doing their investigation, working to figure out exactly what led up to this. Now, like I mentioned, they're calling this a drive-by shooting, but to Spokane police specifically, that does not necessarily mean that the shooter was in the car when they shot the gun. So a little bit confusing there with terminology, but of course they're trying to figure out exactly what happened here this morning. So they are looking for any video from neighbors. If you have that Ring camera or anything, they do ask if you know anything about the situation to call Crime Check. In Spokane, Nicole Hernandez, Krem 2 News.
This, of course, is a developing story. We'll keep you updated here with new information right here on Up with Krem and on krem.com.
All right, let's turn to take a look at the forecast on this Wednesday morning with meteorologist Thomas Patrick, because Thomas, it's been a wet couple of days to start off the week, but I understand we can't put the umbrellas away just yet.
Yeah, not quite yet. In fact, I think the rain going to pick up in just a couple hours time here in the Spokane area. Had some very light showers during the early morning hours, like when we all get to work at about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. But look at that rain down to our south on the Palouse and through southern southeastern Washington. That's just slowly starting to build northward. You can actually see the rain over Moses Lake in Grant County. So that is all going to redevelop across Spokane and Coeur d'Alene between about 10 a.m. and noon today. The temperatures yesterday, when we got a bit of a break from the rainfall, got up to 57, easily the warmest day of the year so far. Just lost that live shot on my camera, but we still have the observations there. It's 45 and cloudy. As we look at the hour-by-hour forecast, you see that 10 a.m., 11 a.m., noon is when we start to expect that rain back in Spokane. Still going to get to around 50 or 51 for the high today, but widespread rain is going to be the theme as we head into Thursday. But we will get that rain out of the way just in time for the weekend. So look for the timing details of this forecast in just a few minutes.
7:33 now, time for your morning rush. More news in less time.
A nuclear site in central Washington was put on lockdown after reports of an active shooter. Yesterday, employees at the Hanford plant received a message that read, "Run, hide, fight," as the facility was put on lockdown due to reports of shots fired in one of the buildings. No one was hurt. However, deputies were able to clear the building and did not find any evidence of a shooting.
We have new information on the two 14-year-olds who were arrested for attempted murder of 2 people in Lewiston. According to court documents, the pair planned to shoot and kill one of the boy's stepfather and stepsister. That happened after the stepfather told him that he could not go to the park. The victims did survive, but police say they suffered serious and life-threatening injuries. Both of the teenage suspects have been charged as adults.
Right now, crews are busy cleaning up dozens of landslides in western Washington. The Department of Natural Resources is mapping the areas prone to slides. It says professional help may be needed for big fixes, but there are some things that homeowners can do to prevent problems right now. The DNR recommends watching for new cracks in the soil or trees and shrubbery that appear to be sliding. And that's a look at your morning rush. Well, this week, many political leaders are calling for Idaho Lieutenant Governor Janice McGeachin's resignation. This all comes after she participated in the America First Political Action Conference.
Congratulations on your 3rd annual event, and keep up the good work fighting for our country.
Some people don't like to use
Well, the AFPAC was created by known white nationalist Nick Fuentes and hosted many far-right speakers. It included cheers for Russia's invasion of Ukraine, for the January 6th Capitol riot, and for racist values. While others right now voicing their thoughts about McGeachin's involvement in that conference, including her gubernatorial race opponent, Governor Brad Little. Channing Curtis joining us now with a look at his response. Good morning, Channing.
Good morning, Tim. Now, in a tweet, Governor Little did not mention McGeehan directly. However, he said in part, extremely unfortunate anyone in elected office in Idaho must make statements like these, but let me be clear, I fully reject racism in all its forms. There's no place for racism and hate in the great state of Idaho. Now, the governor went on to say that he will continue to work to make Idaho a place where people want to live. Now, Idaho's GOP party also released a statement about the AFPAC conference, again, not mentioning McGeehan by name, but they did reference her response to her participation. Chairman Tom Luna said, quote, white supremacy, anti-Semitism, bigotry, and neo-Nazism are reprehensible and have no place in the Idaho Republican Party. Now, during an interview with our Boise sister station, McGeehan admitted that she did not look into what the conference was before agreeing to participate in it.
The association is not a good one. To be associated with people who are anti-Semitic or...
Stop.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Yes.
You asked me why I was there, why I wanted to participate and speak to these young conservatives. That's what we're talking about right now.
Okay. Vincent James is also there, correct? Do you know who Vincent James is?
I've heard of him.
You've had your picture taken with him.
I did have my picture taken with him.
Okay. Do you know what he stands for and things that he has said?
No, I don't know all the things that he or anybody else. And again, I'm just going to keep repeating the same thing, that this guilt by association that the media tries to do with conservatives and conservatives only.
McGeehan said that she will not resign from being the lieutenant governor, and she says that she stands by her attendance at the AFPAC, saying that the media is playing a game of guilt by association.
Some encouraging news now on dwindling COVID cases. Hospitalizations are down 23% in the past week, and less children are being admitted to hospitals even as most schools are fully open. Doctors still expressed some anxiety, though, yesterday about lifting mask rules.
But at the same time, we've been in this pandemic for over 2 years. The cases are dropping. I think it's naturally to follow the evidence and really adjust what we're doing.
Washington's mask mandates for schools and public places ends next Saturday. CDC guidelines still recommend people in the counties marked in orange on this map continue to wear masks indoors. Well, next week, Americans will be able to order more free at-home COVID tests from the federal government. President Joe Biden made the announcement during his State of the Union speech.
So tests will be available again at covidtest.gov, and everyone will be able to order 4 more free tests. About 200 million tests are still available from the 500 million that the Biden administration rolled out in January.
Our Verify team looks into President Joe Biden's State of the Union speech to see if his claims about American jobs are true.
I just want to exceed my guests' expectations. So when someone walks in the door and they're on 4th Street in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, with nothing's really around, they walk in, they stop for a second and go, wow. I mean, how can you, that's what you want to capture, isn't it?
If you're not ready for breakfast yet, you will be after that next story. Restaurant Week continues through the weekend, and the Up with Krim team got a chance to check out one of North Idaho's newest restaurants, Satay Bistro. It's time for your wake-up call this morning. Today is National Read Across America Day. So this morning, we want to know, what is your favorite book? You can text us at the number 509-448-2000 or use the hashtag UpWithKrim on social media.
But first, here's a live look outside of Schweitzer Mountain. Right now, you're up with Krem. Thanks for making us a part of your day. We're glad you're with us. We have much more news, weather, and fun just minutes away.